Welcome everyone to the Master Duel Dark World AI Tournament. This arc is basically, this tournament's based on the GX arc where Jaden and friends go and try rescuing possessed Jesse. Well, Jesse, but he's possessed by Yubel. So let's find out who the people are for this tournament. We have Tanya versus Braun, Skull Knight versus Chaz, Skull White Magician versus Adrian, Tyranno versus Alexis, Skull Dark Magician versus Yubel, Young Jaden versus Sky Scout, Biao versus Aster, Zane versus Osamasu, Supreme King versus Demise, Cyrus versus Axel, Possessed Jesse versus Scar, Echo versus Zur, Atticus versus Jaden, Kozaki versus Jin, Crowler versus Chaos Sorcerer, and Bastion versus Jesse. Most of these characters, like the school kids, did not duel. Like in the series, they all went with Jaden, but only I think Jim, Axel, Zane, and Aster plus Jaden actually dueled. All the other ones are just there, getting captured or defeated or whatnot. So let's go with Tanya versus Braun. Tanya, Braun, start duel. I originally had about 17 characters. So I decided to add some characters, the kids that didn't duel, to make it even up to 32. Young Jaden was added after the fact that I found out Yubel can't play, they don't know how to play Yubel. And I had Yubel using, possess Jesse using two different decks, so I combined one of Jesse's decks with Yubel, and that seems to be functioning well, right? Ron, the Mad King, summoned himself, activated trap card, and then Solemn Judgment, the Amazon Paladin. A reasonable hit. Might make him really weak at the moment. Then he summons Brown, and Braun attacks. Card face down. Tanya activates the A forces and sets a card. Mad King, Braun, activates Zur, or summons Zur. And for some reason, they think Mad King was still able to attack still, for whatever reason. I don't understand that, but Miazonia's Call is activated. Activating the Amazon Fighting Spirit. Summoning Amazon Fighter. Removing from play that, I'm guessing, to make Tiger stronger. Oh, Tiger can attack them all. As you can tell, I kind of updated Tanya and most of the school kids. I think a few of them just have very similar decks. Alright, Tanya's the winner in this one. Next up is Skull Knight versus Chaz. To be quite honest, I don't remember which Chaz I put in here, but I guess we're gonna find out right now. Maybe I gave him a hybrid deck of all three. Ojama's Arm Dragon and XYZ. possible. Skull Knight is a normal monster deck with relying on the werewolf card. Lycanrope, I think it's called. Skull Knight puts 2 cards face down. Jazz's X-Head Cannon to attack. Like the anime, he has the magical merchant to preferably mill most of his hand, or deck, I mean. So he can play the Lycanrope. Okay, Chaz has XYZ and Ojamas. I don't know if he has Dark Arms at all, but... Skull Knight's starting to activate his Lycanrope. And I think he has 3 normal monsters in the grave. Yep, so 600 damage. Jazz's signed Polymerization. Ojama Knight in defense. I should keep him protected for a little bit. Skull Knight's gonna attack the W tank cannon. And then he summons Mad Dog. Chaz is trying to play the uniform. Try summoning some of his weaker monsters, which I don't think he grabbed any. Next card face down. Mad Dog attacks the X-Ray Cannon. And Gene Ward Werewolf's now on the field. Chaz got to do something other than just stalling a little bit. Skull Knight can also fuse into himself if need be. All the monsters that are dueling, I left their cards inside. So like Skull Knight, he can summon themselves, Chaos Soldier can summon themselves. Tanya, you saw her, she summoned the Amazonian Tiger. That's the closest to represent her. Chaz got to do something, come on, man. We don't need to stall all day. Ojama Green. And Skull Knight puts a card face down this time. They attack. Move to play some Ojama, summon X-Head Cannon, Y Tank Cannon, and summon Z Tank Cannon. Come on, make the fusion. Come on, come on, yes. Good job, Chaz. XYZ Dragon Cannon. Discarding Ojama Magic so he can do some more Ojamas in his hand. Oh, I guess he doesn't have any more in his deck. I think he had 2 of each Ojamas. use Premature Burial, get the Giant Soldier of Stone. Play some defenses, card face down. Now summon VW. Discard a card, destroy that. Polymerization. Destroy the Giant Soldier. Do not put Ojama Knight into attack mode. Even if there is a monster in defense that you think you can attack. Don't be stupid, Chaz. Come on. Ah, damn it. V-Tiger attacks. XYZ attacks. Ojama Knight attacks. Skull Knight pulls in a Pot of Avarice. Which he's going to activate now. Putting his Lycanrope back and a few of his normal monsters. Attacks with that 1100 Destroyer. Make right face down. Discarding a card. Destroy the Lycanrope. Attacking for 1700. V-Tiger Jet destroys the Bug Merchant. Instant Soldier destroys the V-Tiger Jet. Chaz says it's time for my Pot of Avarice. Sending all his XYZ monsters. Someone's X-Set Cannon. Throws away Solemn Judgment, destroyed Archfiend Soldier. And with his boss monster, he is winning. Chaz did up. Next up is Skull White Magician versus Adrian. Skull White Magician and Skull Dark Magician and Demise all have very similar decks. They do have different cards in it per se, but since they were all part of Demise, it kind of put them together. Who was first? Was Adrian? Okay, Skull White was first. Adrian also doesn't know how to use his deck very well. I tried building as close to what it would be in the anime plus a few other weird things. Skull White Magician tried using Returning the World or something. A ritual spell. King's now on the field. Second Burden of the Mighty. King attacks. Because everyone wants to attack with 0 attack monsters for whatever reason. Adrian uses Lightning Vortex. Skull White Magician says no. God said no on this. Falcon Knight's now on defensive. Reversion rights. Get him the end of the world and demise. And for some reason he doesn't want to activate it. I don't know if he can or not, but Deep Diver destroys Ritual Raven, so if he could, he can't use it anymore. Let's go by Magician says premature the Ritual Raven to attack the Fog King. And a card face down. DNA Surgery. They're all dragons, I mean. Deep Diver attacks the Ritual Raven. Adrian's premature burying the leg. End of the World is activated. Sacrificing Ruin, Queen of the Oblivion for Demise, King of Armageddon, most likely. Yep. He's gonna pay 2,000, get rid of everything. Attack for 24. Adrian just has a burn for 400 damage, and he can win this turn. So it's a card. Demise can't pay life points anymore. He's gonna play Upstart Goblin though. I'm not Demise, Guild White Magician. Poison Cloud destroys Demise and inflicts 800. Adrian somehow moved up. I was not expecting Adrian to move at all. I thought Adrian was gonna lose. Alright, that was weird. Tyranno versus Alexis. Tyranno with dinosaurs and Alexis with her cyber angels, which I feel is the more consistent deck out of the two. If you watch Casual Cooper's tournaments, Alexis always did pretty well. And this deck is very similar. Same archetypes, maybe changes of cards here and there, but still the same archetype. Alexis already has 3 monsters on the field. Tyranno says Jurassic World time. Summoning the Oviraptor. Adding Superconductor Tyranno to his hand. Gillosaurus special summoned. Destroying the Cyber Gymnast. And the Cyber Tutali, whatever. And 2 cards face down. Cyber 2/2 attacks life points directly and puts 2 more cards face down. Gillosaurus sacrificed for the Dark Triceratops, but Alexis' god said no on that. That doesn't even look like a dinosaur. Get out of here, fake dinosaur. Oviraptor attacks the 2/2. Does not look good for Alexis. Cyber Angel adds Machine Ritual. Nope, does not look good for her at all. Gillosaurus special summons. Jurassic Instinct special summons the Brontosaurus. Sacrifices 2 monsters for Superconductor Tyranno. And Tyranno finishes us off. Alright, next up, Skilled Dark Magician versus Yubel. Skilled Dark Magician, like I said, is very similar to Skilled White Magician. They do have different decks. Yubel was only her original deck originally, but she did not know how to play it at all, so I kind of adjusted it a little bit to fit the second Possessed Jessie deck in it, using the Sacred Beast or whatever those things are called. Skill Dark puts 2 cards face down, ending his turn. Yubel puts 2 cards on her field face down. Time for the end of the world activating, but Yubel says no, we're not doing that. God said no to the end of the world. I really like this field, it looks pretty cool. I just wish there was more mods that could do the fields, but to make them look decent. Really don't think they need to do any effects or anything, just if they look nice, I would maybe try modding a few of them in. We really need a space ones for this Exile arc, I guess, but 5Ds I'll probably use the Dark City, the Destiny Hero City, or Elemental Hero City, whatever it's called. Skilled Dark Magician is now summoning Ruin, Queen of the Oblivion. Ritual Raven attacks the Lotus. Queen attacks the Dark Beast. And then finishes it off. I am surprised Yubel was actually a pretty consistent character. It looks like she bricked hard this duel. Next up is Young Jaden versus Sky Scout. Since Yubel couldn't work, I added Young Jaden. Its deck is designed to be kind of crappy. He has Yubel. I think he has some elemental heroes. I think he has hero kids. He has a little variety of little things that were in his deck in the anime. Little Jaden puts 2 cards face down. Sky Scout says, let's go space that one. Being a Mirror Force, that's a good hit. And Sonic Shooter attacks life points directly. Then playing Chain Energy. Jaden's putting a lot of cards face down, costing him 1500 life points. This guy's got summons the Kurama. That's not strong enough to attack Avion, but Sonic Shooter is. Warrior King alive, getting Avion back on the field, or back to the hand, I mean. 2500, set it again. Another card. Kurama still can't attack it. The Sonic Shooter can. Second list monsters for the bird. Bird's effect is we burn 1,000, but you can limit it if you have spells on the field. Little Jaden's costing him all his life points. When Prodigy destroys Persinatrix. Whatever the bird's called, Smo destroys Boldman. And doesn't burn anyone. Why did you activate final attack orders? Final attack orders are for Yubel if he actually does summon it, which I haven't seen him summon it in testing at all. Alright. Sky Scout is the winner. Now it's Guardian Bao versus Aster Phoenix. Bao. Guardian Bao I have is a Dark Lucian deck. Aster Phoenix has all three of his big boss monsters. Red Route, Blood, and Plasma, whatever the other one is called. Warrior Griefer, getting Battle's weapon, Wicked Flame. Aster says Lightning Vortex it. Swing Diamond Dude. And attack for 14. And let's go space to face down. In lore of the cards, Warrior Griefer grabs the Bao's sword, and it corrupts him. He turns him into an Archfiend. The Dark Lucian, or whatever he's called in the card game. Necro Slime represents the slime that he had in the game, or the anime episode. Lucas, that's what his name is. Party gets special summoned. Diamond Dude effect. Diamond Dude attacks Departed. Dunker attacks Bao. Yeah, Guardian Bao, I also gave him a lot of the OKIP cards that came out for the Guardians. I did not put the Guardians in, so it's kind of a better version of... What's his name? Raphael? I don't remember offhand. Guardian Bao is using the Star Pool. D-Cubes is activated. Malicious. Its effect activates, summoning Malicious. And Malicious is strong enough to finish this off. Alright, looks up as Zane versus Osamasu. Zane Omasu. Same with Cyber Dragons and Dark Dragons. Omasu is his life was stolen by Yubel when young Jaden was a kid. He had a skull, like a low-level zombie deck. So I kinda gave him a more or less his Skull Servant deck. Attacks the right prince, adding some more Skull Servant cards to the graveyard, and a card face down. Reverse Pyramid, Clown Zombie, attacks for 150. White Prince removes from place all those monsters so we can special summon a king. That's 200 attack points. Silver Dark Horn attaches the Cyber Attachment Cybern. And Pyramid sacrifices itself to keep the zombies alive. Clown Zombie attacks the whatever that piece was called. Cyber Phoenix now on the field. Clown Zombie is destroyed. The king is destroyed. White Prince or whatever special summons the Lady of White. Now the Clown Zombie. Clown Zombie destroys this Cyber Phoenix. Cyberhorn attacks the Lady in White. And puts a few more cards face down himself. Masu says Dark Hole. Zane says that God said no on that. Your zombies are not religious enough. Clown Zombie is not strong enough to beat the Armored Cybern. Cyber Dark Claws on outfield, Metamorph on it. Now it's strong enough to destroy the Clown Zombie. And White Baking defeats Omasu. Next up is Supreme King versus Demise. So Supreme King was the Evil Heroes. Demise, basically a fusion of the Skilled White and Skilled Dark decks. with a few adjustments. Mine starts off with 2 cards face down. So bringing summons Prisma. Wild Cyclone to put a card face down. Playing Dark Calling. Sending Wild Heart and Avian away. To summon Wild Cyclone. Demise is using his quick play card to ritual summon a ritual monster. Demise. Some human says Lightning Vortex set, let's get rid of that now. Demise puts a card face down. Prisma's going to use the effect again. Getting Malicious Edge away. Premature Burying it. Demise says nope, Dust Tornado that. That's not happening. And Evil Hero Booster Gold is on the field. Or Adjacent Gold. And Prisma attacks. Still think there should be an Evil Hero that's just a rock. And game. Supreme King has defeated Demise, which I thought Demise was going to be like the hardest, one of the harder characters. Next up is Cyrus versus Axel. Cyrus, where are you? And Axel, there you are. I'm gonna go with Axel on this one. Axel's using his whatever the card that call is. Blaze Accelerator, I think it's called. Where it starts with Cyber Dragon and Drillroid. Drillroid destroys the counter. And Cyber Dragon attacks. Counter effect activates, inflicting 20. Okay, doesn't it damage? I really don't understand what counter is supposed to actually do. Because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to duck damage. Cyrus is going to try this again with Cyber Dragon and Steamroid. Steamroid attacks. Inflicting 500. Cyber Dragon's going to attack, but Firewall says nope. Firewall pays 500. Get rid of the volcanic shell. And Axel can summon anything, so Back to Cyrus' turn. Cyrus summons the Stealthroid to attack. Bringing 1200. Cineroid 18. Stealthroid's effect. Discard it, destroy it face down. And he puts a card face down. Axel plays Dark Hole. But does he have a monster? He does not. Cyrus summons Express Droid. Tries attacking. Firewall says nope. That would have been exact game. Come on, Axel, you gotta figure out something. Firewall's destroyed. Axel's bricked, I guess. Mixelroid effects. Sacrifice it, special summon Armoroid. And Armoroid's gonna finish this off. Alright, next up is Possessed Jesse versus Scar. I don't know why I want to keep saying Possessed Joey. I was kind of back and forth on what type of cards this Possessed Jesse would have. Because he had, if the Advanced Crystal Beast wasn't in the deck, he would be able to be a little bit more functional. But they are in this game, so I put him in there. He can play him a little bit, but he's not very good at using them. Jesse starts with 2 cards face down. Arching attacks. Loses 100. And it gets destroyed. Dust Tornado destroying the face down. Puts card face down. Lightning Vortex. Destroying that. Setting another card. The other thing is Advanced Dark is needed, so if he doesn't draw Advanced Dark, not going to be very good fun for him. Luckily, his opponent is Scar, which, if I remember correctly, is a lot of low-level monsters. Advanced Dark's activated. Pegasus puts another Pegasus on the field. Yeah, the AI is not that smart. It will pick the strongest monsters, so it will first go with the Pegasus, and then it will do the Amber Mammoth. Pegasus attacks for 18. Yeah, I think the Advanced Crystal Beasts have a little bit better effects, so that's the reason when I more or less kept him. As Advanced Crystal Beasts instead of switching to regular Crystal Beasts. Another card face down. Summons another Pegasus, but Scar said no on that. I am unsure why Pegasus keeps attacking, except for trying to deck himself out a little bit. So we can draw Rainbow Dark Dragon, probably. That's actually a decent play, but... I just really don't understand why they use the lowest monster to flip into attack mode. Pegasus attacks for 17. Scar is at 400 life points. I think this is one of the best opponents for Jesse right now. So I don't think he's going to be doing very well in the next... whoever he's facing next. Scar's main gimmick was to have lower level monsters and that Fusion Devourer. Scar puts some more cards face down. Two more cards face down. Summons a mammoth. Pegasus also removes some cards. One, two, three, four, five, six. I think I have 6 different names in the graveyard. I think that would be 7. So we can now do Dark Dragon, I think. Which he is. Rainbow Dark Dragon. And just like that. Now you do Rainbow Life. Dark Hole. I don't know how many more monsters he has, so... all he has to do is deduct 400 damage and he wins, but... I don't think Jesse has very much left. All his armor mammoths are gone. Oh, I think he has some mammoths as cats, possibly. Maybe a carbuncle. That's 600. Crystal Promise. Special summons Pegasus. Pegasus effect gets another Pegasus from removed from play. Jesse wins. I was starting to get a little worried. Next up is Echo versus Zur. Echo never dueled, but since she was in love with Adrian, I kinda gave her a Cloudian deck. represents him. She does have explosive cards too, so I kind of gave her some trap cards that explode or reference exploding. Zer, I don't fully remember what his deck was. Zer summons himself. Echo starts with 2 cards face down. Bringing destruction, destroying Zer. Zer says chain detonation. Then he attacks with that monster. Blanc? Is that what's his name? Is Blanc? Echo has nothing. Complete Brit. $16 and 16, that's 32 damage total. Echo only has 2,500. And she does not want to summon anything. I'm going to show you her hand because she could summon things. She just doesn't want to summon things right now, I guess. Oh well. She gave up. Next is Atticus versus Jaden. Oh, Atticus. My brain was saying, why is Adrian there already? I thought he was already dueled. And Jaden. I think Atticus is more consistent with his red eyes. Jaden can do well, but with his deck being kind of random, it's either really good or really bad. Jaden summons Neospatian, Glowmoss. Spear Dragon tries attacking it. Atticus puts the card face down. Vortex getting rid of the Spear Dragon. And doesn't want to attack. Res back check. Doesn't fear attack. He drew a monster, so battle phase ends. Is Jaden trying to mill him out? Hero Mask. Oh, Oversoul, bringing back Sparkman. Sparkman tries attacking. They both are destroyed. I don't think Jaden knows what he wants to do right now. Red is Reverend. Back for 18. And back check is going defense plus card face down. Claim and summon to destroy the back check. I really feel like the AI got really done all of a sudden. Meteor Dragon destroys that. Card face down. Jaden had nothing to do. Red Spirit, Summons Red River, and Mirage Dragon. Don't know what Jaden's hand was, but hopefully he just didn't play dumb. Next up is Kozaki versus Jim. Kozaki has a few cards that are based on him, but also the motorcycles that he played in his duel. Jim now has the Gaia plate, I think that's what it's called. When he duels Supreme King, Supreme King uses it to fuse with his monster to summon the Malicious Edge, no. Whatever that fusion of Rock and the Fiend. Jin summons the Red Soldier. It loses 600 attack points. He seems at patrol, but Jim says Scott said no. We don't patrolling back here. And Lightning Vortex gets rid of the Weathering Soldier. Weathering Soldier gets a Flint Charger. Jin summons the Flint Charger, attacks for 800. And 2 cards face down. Kozaki summons his Chaos Rider. Moves to play a spell card so it can gain attack, but Jim sets off Gear 2 armor on that. Jim's trying to get ready for a fusion. Richie's activated the fusion. So I raised the motorcycle and the Withering Soldier for Fossil Dragon's Gold Gar. Flint attacks for 800. Skullguard attacks for 25. Card face down. Flint Charger inflicts 500. And adds Withering Soldier back to the graveyard. Card face down. Skullguard attacks the Chaos Rider. And Pancreotops attacks for 12. Disc Rider is on the field, it tries attacking, but Mirror Force says nope. Get out of here. And with that, I think Jim is going to win this. There we go. Jim is the winner. Next is Krellar versus Chaos Sorcerer. Krellar is still his ancient gears. I think it's a little bit more consistent now. Chaos Sorcerer has himself, and the only card I saw him play was the Ultimate Grave Maw, so that's also in his deck. But since he can summon Chaos Sorcerer, I had to play with that deck a little bit to summon both of them, so I kind of had like a Chaos Insect deck. So he's full of digital bugs and dark bugs. Testing it out was kind of interesting, but I don't think Crowler was a good opponent for it. Digital Bug Centipede. Attacks the Ancient Gear dog thing. Crowler uses Premature Burial on the doggy. Its effect, burn for... Oh, it can just fuse. Okay, maybe that card is a little more overpowered than I thought it was. I thought it added polymerization to his hand, I thought in my mind, but I guess it's special summon, it can just fuse or something. Card Sorcerer uses Lightning Vortex, get rid of those. But Ancient Gear now special summoned. And 2 cards face down. Ancient Gear attacks. Inflicting 25, leaving Chaos Sorcerer at 600. Card face down. Might not be a good thing. Pot of Avarice for Crowler. Golem finishes this off because he can't activate spells or traps. So Chaos Soldier is the loser. Yeah, sometimes the randomness of who's fighting who gives some people advantages. Next up is Bastion versus regular Jesse. It said Bastion and Tanya more or less saved the monster world that they were protecting. So I'm guessing they did really good, but so, question: did Bastion just stay in the monster world with Tanya? I think he did, because I don't remember Bastion ever popping up after that. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool having regular Jesse in there. This is very of a dark Jesse. And Jesse does get uncorrupted, so. Like Mirror Force puts them both on the spell card. Not only one of them. He wants to leave one space open for whatever plays he wants to do. Gamma summons Alpha. Alpha summons Valkyrie into the hand. Delta's on the field. Gamma attacks. Delta attacks. Alpha attacks. But that card activates. I guess stopping the attack and adding Rainbow Dragon to the hand. Emerald's Cat is on the field. Attacking in Gamma, but Gamma's effect activates, summoning another Delta. Delta sends a Alpha away. Attacks items directly for 600. Carbonegon is on the field now. Delta destroys Amethyst Cat. That trap card adds Mammoth to the field for some reason. Another card face down. Carbonazron sacrifice for Doitron. Carbonazron special summon Stereo. Delta attacks Amethyst Cat. Delta attacks for 16. Echo 17. Ancient City activates, cutting the damage in half. But now Bastion has a big field. Will Jesse be able to counter it? Card face down. Doesn't look like it, but you never know. He could have his turtle. Nope, it's just the eagle. There we go. Bastion's the winner. Alright, now we're going top 16. Tanya versus Chaz. Why I like Tanya, I'm gonna go with Chaz on this one. There's other characters that play Amazon so many times, so Tanya is not as cool. Jazz summons X-Set Cannon and ends his turn. Amazonia's Call, adding a Amazon Fighting Spirit, which activates. Amazon Fighter is now on the field. Gains attack, so when she attacks, another card face down. Guys uses dressing room, but Tanya says no dressing room for you. God said no to dressing rooms. So he's gonna play Lightning Vortex instead. And end his turn. Amazon Archer is on the field, attacks the Ojama Green. And a card face down. Ojama Macellate, whatever it's called. Remove those from play, summon X-Set Cannon, and Y-Type, Y whatever. So XY, attacks the Amazon. Amazon Sword Woman's on the field. Attacks, inflicting 300 damage. Chaz puts another card face down. Amazonia attacks the Wing Tag Catapult. Chaz sets another card. Tanya plays the A forces. Uses Amazon Call, so Sword Woman can attack twice. Destroying both monsters. Jazz puts on the card face down. Destroying Ojama Black. Sword Woman sacrifice for the Amazonian Queen. Text for 2600. Jazz puts card face down. Now Amazon Tigers are on the field. Dust Tornado destroying the A forces. And puts card face down. 619. And Queen finishes this off. Tanya is the winner. Alright, next up is Adrian versus Tyranno. Now this one, I assume Adrian will not win at all. If he somehow does, I don't know. Unless he somehow pulls Exodia. That's the only way I feel like he can win this one. And starting first with 2 cards face down and the Burden of the Mighty, which actually might help him do a little better. Jurassic World's activated. Sabersaurus, Gillosaurus, both in the field. Adrian uses Mirror Force, destroying both dinosaurs. And Tyranno starts with another card face down. Deep Divers down on the field, another burden. So maybe Adrian will win this one. Adrian doesn't have very many monsters that are very high attack, so... Deep Divers destroyed. And Tyranno can't summon anything, I guess. Another Deep Diver is on the field, sending a Deep Diver in the grave. Superconductor destroys a Deep Diver. Overwrap destroys Exodius. Deep Diver puts a Cloudy in top of the deck. Adrian summons Poison Cloud, attacking the Superconductor, destroying it, inflicting 800. Then activating Dark Hole. I would have changed that order a little bit, Adrian, but you do what you want. A Sabersaurus, attacking for 14. Adrian puts a card face down. Sabersaurus sacrifice for Dark Triceratops. Selecting 900, attacking Vortex. Vortex allows them to draw a card. He sets 2 cards, ends his turn. Hyper Hammer is on the field. Mystical destroys Jurassic World. Inflicting 100 damage from Deep Diver. Hyper Hammer attacks for 700. Deep Diver adds a Poison Cloud to the top of the deck. And a card face down. Adrian sets a card. Element Source. Triceratops destroys Poison Cloud. The Poison Cloud inflicts 800. Element Source attacks for 7. Hyper Hammerhead attacks for 7. Adrian's at 300. And we're gonna make a comeback, make it now. And he bricked. Sorry, Adrian, you're not the king of this world. Now Skull Dark Magician versus Sky Scout. And Sky Scout, there we go. I'm gonna go with Sky Scout on this one. This burn is pretty cool. Sky Scout started with summoning himself and 2 cards face down and Chain Energy. He's gonna activate Upstart Garbone, giving Sky Scout 1,000 life points. He's gonna do it again. He's gonna do it again, summoning Maju, but Sky Scout's gonna say God said no on that. Now he's gonna play Turning of the World. So everybody's Ruin. Summon Ruin. Premature Burial. But Sky Scout's gonna miss-school that one. Queen attacks once. Queen attacks again. And Skull Dark Magician put another card face down. Skull Scout put another card face down. But Dark Magician says nope. Not doing that. And Ruin is going to finish this off. Next up is Aster versus Zane. Aster Phoenix and Zane. The two that came into the monster world together. I meant to want to keep saying digital world, but this is not Digimon. Kind of little bit is similar theming, but no. Aster starts with his tower, Destiny draw, discarding that to summon, and now summon Simon Dude. And 2 cards face down. The tower clicks 1. Cyber Dragon tries attacking, but Mystical Space of him is activated, making it a little too weak now, inflicting 300 damage. Going for his Premature Burial. Astro says nope, Dust Tornado that too. Diamond Dude's effect. And double Diamond Dude attacks. 28 attack. And a card face down. I don't think Pot of Avarice can work since there was no 5 monsters, but we'll see. Saying someone to Cyber Edge, and that's not going to go with Cyber because this God said no on that. Diamond Dude effect. Diamond Dude effect. 1200. 14. And 14. Zane's at 100 life points. If he's gonna do something, he needs to do it now. The tower goes to 3. 1 more, and then Astra is more immortal. Horn is activated, getting the cyber thing. Megamorph, making it a big powerhouse. 26. If only he could attack twice, he would have won right there. Astra uses D-Force. Diamond Dude effect. Diamond Dude effect. And playing Royal Defensive. 4 counters on the clock tower. Astra can't take damage anymore. Dark Hole's activated. Captain Nation's on the field. It's gonna attack. And Astra is the winner. Alright, next up is Supreme King versus Cyrus. Will Cyrus be able to take the Supreme King's mind control away? And Cyrus, where are you, Cyrus? I'm blind. There you are. I'm going with Supreme King, but I'll be very surprised if Cyrus can pull off a cool victory. He's been doing really good lately with the new Cyber Dragons on his deck. Supreme King summons Plasma using his effect, summoning a Clayman, and sets a card. Cyrus starting with the Dark Hole. Mystical Space to face down. Hitting it another Mystical Space, summon Chuckeroid. Attacking for 1,000. And 2 cards face down. Plasma on the field again. Sorry, says God said no on that. Supreme says Lightning Vortex, disperse man then. Someone summons Express Droid. Taking for 400 life points. Is that all Cyrus had is Express Droid? Supreme summons the Persinatrix, which attacks it. 1500 damage. Cyrus is currently bricked. Persinatrix attacks for 1200. Cyrus is at 2000. He needs to pull out something now. Put a monster in defense at something. Persinatrix sacrifice for Malicious Edge. Malicious Edge destroys Ambulance Droid, inflicting 1400 damage. Cyrus puts card face down. Malicious Edge tries to attacking. Compulse sends Malicious back to the hand. Card face down. Cyrus puts another card face down. Sparkman's flip face up. Trying to attack. Magic Cylinders. Spring moves only at 5,000 life points. Cyrus, you need to keep going. You're doing good. Or decent. Another face down card. Cyrus 2 monsters from Malicious Edge. Attack for 26. And Supreme King is the victor. Cyrus is going to the stars. Next up is Possessed Jessie versus Zur. And Zur. There we are. I'm gonna go with Zur on this one. Like I said, Jesse doesn't fully know how to use his deck. He seemed to be doing good with Advanced Dark a little bit, but just starting with Terraforming, adding Advanced Dark to his hand, activating it, summons Mammoth, give it Crystal Release, and a card face down. That's actually a little bit something. Zero puts 2 cards face down. Now the white tiger's on the field, destroying Wolf and Amazon. The Mammoth attacks for 29. Zero is using Dark Calling. And green destroys the thing. Crystal Release puts the Amazon Pegasus on there. Dark Hole puts Tiger in there too now. Wolf attacks for 2,000. Jesse plays Terraforming. That's another Advanced Dark to his hand. And ends his turn. Wolf attacks another 2000. And Zero puts 3 cards face down. Jesse puts another card face down. Plays Dark World thing and Chain Detonation. Chain Detonation inflicts 500. Gateway adds Dark World to the field. That one attacks. Rainbow Pact is activated. Zero had a second chain detonation. Stopping that attack, but is that a little too late? Jesse puts another card face down. Pepper 16. And Jesse is lost to Zero. Which I think is supposed to represent Azure, or like a blue. Next up is Atticus versus Jim. And Jim Crocodile Cook. Where's Jim? I'm blind. There you are. Atticus puts 3 cards face down. See what Jim has cooking. Starting with Mystical Space, destroying the Red Eye's soul. Flint tries attacking the Red Eye's chick. Another card face down. Atticus Mystical Space is that one. Taking a Mirror Force. Card face down. Flint attacks for 800. Summons the Shell Knight. But Atticus says no. God said no to Shell Knights. Shell Knight's effect. Adds Gaia Plate. And a card face down. Atticus puts a card face on himself and ends his turn. Time for that card. Atticus says let's tornado it instead. Jim says no, let's solemn judgment that. God said no to that. And Living Pulse activates. Bringing Shell Knight back on the field. Both are sacrificed for the Gaia Plate. Gaia Plate attacks for 2800. Atticus is bricked. Gaia Plate removes a flint thing. It attacks again. And Jim is the winner. Next up is Crowler versus Bastion. next part of the anime tournaments might be held off for a little bit. I've not gone through the Darkness arc and found all who's going to be participating. I'm thinking about Chaz. Like, all the characters are in there in the series, but I think I need one more character in my mind. Prowler's already starting with his ultimate Ancient Gear. And a card face down. Prowler's starting strong. If Bastion doesn't have a way to stop this, and 2 face down cards are not gonna do it. All the Ancient Gear attacks for 44. Card face down. Bastion better to figure out something. Dust Tornado face down. Hitting the Mirror Force, that's a good hit. And setting another monster. But if it has less than 800, he loses. There we go. Prowler did not care. He was like, nope, what we're gonna do is right now. Alright, top 8. Tanya versus Tyranno is next. Tanya, Tyranno. I think like Bastion, Tyranno would also find Tanya very nice. And if he was there during the time, he might have replaced Bastion right there. Tanya summons the Amazon Paladin. Tyranno says, let's Darkhold that. And 2 cards face down. Tyranno did not summon anything. That's strange for him. Amazon, what's her name? In the field, training. Getting hit by a Mirror Force. Tyranno puts another card face down. Amazon Tiger's on the field, attacking for 15. What is Tyranno's hand? Is he being like Echo and not summoning anything? Amazon Swordwoman now on the field, attacking for 17. Tiger attacks for 19. Tyranno has something he set. Another Swordwoman. Attacks the Overraptor. And Tanya wins. Next up, Skill Dark Magician versus Aster Phoenix. Skill Dark. Astro Phoenix. I'm gonna go with Astro Phoenix this time. Because technically, in the anime, Astro had a 2v1 on fighting Dark Magician and Skilled White Magician. Skilled Dark uses pre-preparations to get the End World and Demise to his hand. Activates Dark Hole. Besides, time for the end of the world. Sending Ruin away. Summon Demise, King of the Armageddon. Adding the other spell card. Builds for another Demise. Playing Upstart Goblin. And summoning Maju. Maju will add a End of the World to the hand. 14, 24, and 24. Astro Phoenix at 2800. Astro's playing this Dark Pool. That's all of the mices he has. He has a few ruins still. Let's go Darkest Bricks right now. Diamond Dude's effect. Nope. Someone's Captain Tenacious. Attacks for 800. Diamond Dude's 14. And Astro puts a card face down. Gold Dark tries putting card face down, but in this goes face step in, so let's destroy it. It was just Dust Tornado, so it wasn't too much anything. Astro says Premature Burial. The Celestial Glide. Diamond Dude's effect. Sacrifice Tenacious for Dasher. Attack for 14, 16, and Aster is finishing this off. Get off here. Alright, next one is Supreme King versus Zur. Supreme King and Zur. I'm gonna go with Supreme King on this one. Zur is cool enough, but eh. Supreme King puts 3 cards face down. Someone's Goblin attack force. Mystical Space Marine destroys one of the ones, which was the gateway to Dark World. Supreme King puts another card face down. Zur just puts another card face down as well. So does Supreme King. They're just stalling a little bit, seeing what the other one's gonna... who's gonna make the first move. Supreme King seems like he's pretty set up, but Sir is now starting to head out using a chain detonation. But Mirror Force destroys the other two. Get out of here, you two. Now, hopefully what Zero has face down is enough to stop the Supreme King. Sparkman's foot face up. Blast of Destruction. Premature Burial. Sparkman's back on the field. Clayman and Wildheart. Attack for 800. 1500. And 1600. Supreme King says it's time for Dark Holing. Special summon the Lightning Golem. Zero says Dark Hole time. But has nothing to summon. Supreme King can't do anything either. Zero summons that Dark Roll thing. Supreme King summons this Clayman. But Zero plays Bark of the Dark Ruler, making Clayman a little too weak. But that's perfect enough for Pot of Avarice. He now has 5 monsters. Sing all this way and get 2 more cards. Those 2 attack for 600 total. Clayman's now summoned. Attacks one of those things for 500 damage. Zero plays his Lightning Vortex, getting rid of his Pot of Avarice for it. Attacking for 300 damage. Supreme King says Oversoul time. Clayman's back on the field. Attacks for 500 this time. Now Zera's only at 800. Supreme King also summons Suggested Gold. Dark World Lightning destroys face down. Goblin's now on the field. Attacks the Clayman for 15. Goes to defense. Second Adjusted Gold, but I don't think it can attack. Why can't it attack? Oh, it can only attack if there's a fusion on the field. Okay. Yeah, it's Vicious Claw. That does something weird things. That's pretty cool. I never seen that token before. Smoking puts another card face down. Vicious Claw attacks. Avion's on the field. Attacks the Goblin, attack force. token causes Supreme King to lose. Sir is the new Supreme King. Believe it. Wait, that's Naruto. Never mind. Jin versus Crowler is next. I'm actually surprised Zero actually is still in the tournament. He really doesn't have much. If Jaden didn't use the Vicious Claw, I think he probably would have came out victorious with that. But oh well. Crowler uses the Ancient Fortress, summons the Ancient Gear Beast, 1300 damage, equipping it with another thing. Fossil's Tusker, summons a Fossil Tusker is on the field now. Fossil Tusker and Ancient Gear Tank both inflict damage to each other. 600 and 400. 2 more cards face down for Jen. Crowler says it's time for Lightning Vortex. And he doesn't have anything. Jen uses pretty much a burial to summon the Fossil Dyna, or Fossil Tusker. Fossil Dyna's also on the field though. Crowler is now at 4,400. Crowler is bricked currently. Tusker attacks for 18. And for some reason doesn't attack with Dyna, or Patchy Tops, or whatever they're called. Mystical Space destroys Tusker away. Pink Creature Tops can't attack anymore. Jim puts a card face down. Crowler puts a card face down, but Dust Tornado destroys it. And he gets another card face down. Ancient Gear Tank activates, inflicting 600 damage. Jim sacrifices 2 monsters for the Gaia Plate. Attacks for damage for game. Alright. Top 4. Tanya versus Aster Phoenix. Alright, where's Aster Phoenix? There you are. The Amazons versus the Dudes. Who will win? It's kind of like a boy versus girl party. Tanya starting first. Playing the A forces. Summon the Paladin and a card face down. Aster Phoenix says Dark Hole this. Tanya says no. God said no to dark holes. Believe it. Aster decides to put 2 cards face down. 3 cards face down, actually. Trainee is now on the field. Arthur Phoenix says no, he doesn't believe in training people either. God said no to that one. Aster tries attacking. Paladin tries attacking. Disarming the D cubed. Adding malicious to the graveyard. Card face down. Archer is now on the field. Archer attacks. Paladin attacks for 19. Aster, you're only at 2100. And she has a card that can burn you for 14, I think it is. Card face down. Another Paladin's on the field. Archer attacks. And Paladins defeat him. Let's go Tanya. Next up is the Supreme King Zur versus Jim. And Jim, where's Jim? There you are. And Jim, there we are. Yeah, in the Darkness arc, I'm probably gonna have 2 Jadens. One focusing on elemental heroes, the other one Neos. Again, Neos Yubel, basically, but Jim activates whatever that card is, adding the Gaia plate to his hand, and sets 2 cards face down. Zero plays Dark Roll Dealing. Both save something and discard something. All special summons are destroyed, but there was no special summons. And Zero attacks with himself. Gaia plates on the field. And that adds Fossil Fusion, I think. Running Soldier adds a Flint Charger into the hand. You get special summon, Fossil Fusion time. Sending really Skull Knight and that. Summon Skullbone. Skullbone tries attacking, but Roar of the Dark Ruler is activated. Fossil Fusion gets now added to the hand again. Gaia Plate can attack though this time. Jim plays Fossil Fusion again, this time with Zur. This time summoning Skullgur. And a card face down. When Charger just wants to burn for 500. And put the fusion back into the graveyard for a future play. Zur puts some defenses up. Gaia Plate removes the Flint Charger. That fusion gets removed for Time Stream. Analyzer's now on the field. Skullgler attacks. Gene Warp attacks. Destroyed. And Gaia finishes this off. Jim Cook has defeated the Supreme King Zur. Alright, time for third place. Aster versus Zur. Since Zur's already there, let's add Aster right there. I feel like Aster will probably win this one. But Zur being there this long, I'm actually somewhat surprised. Looks like Aster starting with a defensive monster. Gene Werewolf attacks the Dunker. Summons D-Cubes, but chain detonation's activated. Malicious is effect. That's another malicious. Sacrifice 3 for Plasma. Malicious effect. Special summon another malicious. T-Force. T-Force attacks the Gene Warp. And attacks again for 23. Malicious attacks for 800. Call Knights down on the field and a card face down. D times will D whatever it's called. Plasma says that's mine now. Attacks for 800. Attacks for 1200. And attacks for game. Alright, Zur is 4th place, Aster is 3rd. Now it's Tanya versus Jim. There's Tanya and Jim. So who's gonna win? Amazons or fossils? Rocky fossils. Looks like Tanya's gonna start first. The A forces. Doing Amazon's Call. Adding Amazon Fighting Spirit. Which she's gonna activate. Summon the Archer and a card face down. Jim uses that card. The Sin of Falls to the Grave. Shell Knight activates. Adding Gaia Plate to the hand. Fossil Husker is on the field, attacks the Amazon, and inflicts 400 damage, and a card face down. But Dust Tornado destroys it. Tanya summons a Paladin. That's 200 damage stronger. Gaia Plate's now on the field, and the Withering Soldier. Gaia Plate attacks. Withering Soldier attacks. Tanya's only at 3,600. Tanya puts a card face down. Does not look good for her. Gaia Plate has to go away. But that's completely fine. He's going to use it for fusion. Summon the Skullgar. And falls to Tusker. Skullgar attacks for 25. And Tusker finishes us off. And Coalition matches. And Aster is the winner of that. And it looks like for the Master Duel Dark World AI tournament, Jim Cook is the winner. Like I said, next time I plan to do the Darkness arc, possibly. I might do the 2007 video game, but it doesn't seem like a lot of people like watching those very often, so I might not have it. I'm not fully sure on that one. Oops. Trying to do that, actually. See you next time. Pet your animals, pet your pets. Alright, you guys have a good day. Good night. Bye-bye.